segue from Drew. Yeah, it just runs like that sometimes. So MeLiSSa, what's going on? You have like a lot going on with the new website, is that it?
Yes, I do, and I actually have a lot in common with your guest because I actually lived in Dublin for a while. My dad was in a band and called the Arrows.
Oh, he was in the Arrows?
Not that Arrows. No.
Oh,
but he was the lead singer, and he came as part of the British invasion. His whole band was Irish except him. And that's how he met my mother, who booked a club. But we lived in Dublin while he was on tour.
Wow. And so how old were you?
I was about, I guess from 3 to 5. We lived on Emmett Road, off the North Circular Road. So.
Do you know that road?
Yeah.
Wow. So do you remember it?
Oh, very well. I remember getting the peat, and I remember. You know, we think of electricity, just you turn it on, right?
But did you have to do the 50p thing?
Yeah, you had to do the pence. You know, well, at that time it was shillings, and then.
Wow.
But I was there for the conversion.
Wow. I was in London when we had to do that, but.
Is that awesome? I'm like, well, I don't have money today, no lights.
Yeah, the lights went out. Phone was like that too.
Yeah, and no bill. You know, it's like just pay as I go. I thought, well, that's awesome.
I guess it was like a prepaid phone these days.
Yes, prepaid electricity.
Yeah.
I either have heat or I don't today.
Yeah, I never lived in a flat like that, but I would be at people's houses that had that. But
we did.
Wow, so that's what you remember. That makes sense.
I do, and I remember everybody had an aversion to milk. They couldn't understand how much I liked milk. I don't know if it's changed, but for whatever reason back then nobody liked milk.
Really?
And so I would have my milk, and several of the kids would sit there and watch me like, does she really like milk? I don't know what that was about. You know, it was like they thought that was
so wrong. In a vegan community way back.
Way back when, before we even knew what the word was.
Right, exactly. But now 4-year-olds know.
Yes.
Isn't that funny?
Oh my gosh.
4-year-olds know everything today.
I know. My kids used to say know more than God. You know, it was like they were always teaching me, telling me.
They know
what's in my food, and it's like, oh my God, stop already! I'm going to starve if you keep telling me what's in my food.
Wait, who tells you?
My kids.
Which kids?
My daughters. I have
How
2
old
daughters.
are they?
I have one that is in college, is graduating this year.
From where?
She's at Stetson University down in DeLand, Florida.
It sounds like it should be in Texas.
It does. Yeah, well, it was Stetson. Stetson
You
know the Stetson.
Yes, I do. I have
that family's the founder of that university.
See,
so there you go. It's Texas.
Okay, there you go.
They make hats.
I love Stetson hats.
I love the Stetson.
They're the best.
Yes.
Wow. So you have one senior.
I have 2. My other one is an attorney. She lives in San Diego with
Holy
her
crow.
Navy husband. Yes, I started early. Child bride.
Wow. Wow.
So yeah,
she's married?
She's married. She's married to a Navy guy. They're out in San Diego.
Wow.
And,
best weather in the world, they say.
She loves it there. Absolutely loves it.
Wait, so if he's in the Navy, does he travel?
Well, right now he's been stationed pretty much in San Diego.
Does he dive?
I don't know. That's my daughter.
I'm sorry.
I really don't.
All right, stop.
Wow, I didn't know that. I have 2 daughters too.
Oh, how old?
20 and 23.
Oh, wow. Well, so they're in the
Close
same
to you,
age group.
yeah.
Yes, that's right.
I
So
know. Wow.
They think my family and whole upbringing is so odd, but
Right. Well, it is.
yes, I guess it is.
Well, you drink
And you
milk.
don't look like that family upbringing at all.
Oh,
You
no.
look like, totally.
No, I'm totally. My parents. My mother came here. to
Yeah,
New York to
Rena.
beat Nicks,
She's amazing. Where is she from?
She's originally from Pittsburgh. I know you love that town.
I do
right?
love Pittsburgh.
She's originally from Pittsburgh. Came here to follow beatniks. And she was a singer, and then she got into the club business.
Right.
Started out with Trudy Heller, met my dad, then they opened up their own club. And honestly, I could have been drug addicted slore, and they would have said, oh, she's experimenting. So
Right, yeah.
the only way I could rebel is I go and join the Marine Corps.
Is that what you did?
Yes, I did.
You joined the Marine
yes,
Corps?
Yes, I did. And
Wow,
So
so-
you're right, I am totally opposite of them.
Wow. So what was that like? So then it's normal for you to have a daughter with a Navy boy.
I guess it is in some way. I didn't expect them to do that. But
Well,
yes.
Marine and Navy is pretty similar,
Well,
right?
it's the same.
The water.
The Navy actually, the Marine Corps is part of the Navy. They'll never let you forget that.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Which part won't let you forget?
The Navy. They always tell us that. Yes.
Really?
Yes, we are
So
not-
were you on ships?
No, I was an air traffic controller.
See, I always
So I was
always
in the
it's so
airway.
confusing, like how the Marines have so much air, and so does the Navy.
Well, yeah, I mean,
The Marines are everything.
we're
the
the
Marines
first
are-
in. The first in and the last out.
Land,
right?
Oh, that's
air,
true. Yes.
water.
So wait, are
But I
you
was
the
lucky.
ones that?
I was in the air wing. I had it was a piece of cake.
Where'd you get stationed?
I was in Camp Lejeune. I
Where's
did
that?
my in North Carolina, and I did my training in Paris Island,
Where's that?
South Carolina.
Both of them are?
Yep, it's an island.
Paris Island?
Paris Island.
Is it like the south of France?
No. It's a little island, and you are very isolated.
Do they speak French there?
No, but they do speak a language. It's not.
Oh,
yeah, it's,
wow.
Definitely a language.
Is there beaches?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I mean, if you're not training, the island's beautiful.
Do other people live there, or is it all?
Oh yeah, no, people live there. I mean, they have to run the base, and
But is it all base?
it's pretty much all base. There's a small town outside of the base, but it's very small.
Wow. So did you did basic training and everything?
I did basic
So
training.
did you think that Private Benjamin has anything to do with the real?
Oh my God, yes, because Private Benjamin came out about that same
Yeah,
time.
that's what I would be thinking.
And they hate New Yorkers. So I had everything. I was Private Jap, Private Benjamin, Private Yaka.
Wow.
They just really don't like. Well, I don't know. They might now, but back then they did.
So were you picked on?
Yes, I was.
Did you do your nails when you were in the Marines?
Oh yeah. I had the Pantene shampoo and the whole bit. You know.
Wow.
Like,
So you were Private Benjamin.
I was a princess. Yes, I was. But I got used to it.
And they got used to you?
Yeah, they did. I did actually really
Are
well.
you Facebook friends with anyone from the Marines?
Oh my God, yeah. Some of my best friends over 30 years. My girlfriend in Texas. I have one that's in Santa Monica. I mean, we're just.
That's so
You make friends for
cool.
life.
Yeah, I
Really
would think so.
Right, you know,
Now, what
exactly.
made you do that?
Well, like I said, I mean,
You
how
needed
else?
to rebel.
Yeah, how else was
Were
I
your
gonna do
parents
it?
freaked out when you
Oh,
said?
totally. I
What-
thought my
what did
dad
they
was going to
say?
beat up the recruiter when they came to pick me up. And I was like, what were you thinking? And
Right,
you know,
I'm sure. Yeah.
Are you kidding? I remember when I finally came back, and I had gotten married, right? And we're having this Thanksgiving dinner, and I'm living out in the suburbs, and you know, you think it's like Norman Rockwell. Got everybody there, the whole family hosting. And I swear to God, my mother turns around and says, I just don't know. What did I do wrong? She was like really upset.
Because you're so together.
Yeah, well, she doesn't think so. Yes, it was like, oh my God, I just don't understand. I had you everywhere. I had you in clubs. I brought you up, and this is what you do. So,
Wow.
but I do have the entrepreneurial spirit.
That's great.
I do. That's one thing I really learned, and also I've also found out I cannot go in a bar without like casing the place. Figure out
Wow.
how fast they're serving the drinks, how are they turning. Like I always have and because when we grew up, my brother and I, we had to work for my mom and dad.
And then you could smoke in clubs, though.
Yes,
Yeah.
we
See,
could.
I used to rate places by like how many cigarettes from when I ordered till I get it.
There you go.
And
Yes.
we used to rate
Oh my
restaurants
gosh, yes.
like that, like from when we order the food till when, oh, this is a 2-cigarette restaurant. This
Definitely.
is a 3-cigarette
Most
restaurant. You can't
definitely.
do that anymore. So I had to quit
No.
smoking.
Well, you know, that's the funny thing when you grow up in this atmosphere. Like my brother and I both didn't smoke.
See,
Never
you
did
guys are so
drugs.
lucky.
Never did because we just watched everybody else. And-
Like you said about Quaaludes.
Yeah, when you see
When
when
you
you see
see
the
it-
results,
oh my
it's
gosh.
horrifying. I'm like, oh my God. I mean,
Look at
people
this.
were like giving it to me. I was like, no.
It is
Are
definitely
you serious?
it is. It's like a scared straight. It's like
Wow.
look at this.
It's the
This
best.
could be you.
You're
you know?
so
Really.
lucky.
I was in a lot
You
of
didn't
ways.
have to like undo that.
No,
I'm sure you have other things that you did not always 100% good.
Well, you know, I was my parents were like the kids.
Right.
They really were.
Even when
So
you
I
were
was-
little, are you younger or older than your brother?
I'm older.
So you were like
I
your
was,
mother.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I could order liquor at 10. You know, I mean, my mother just believed that we should work for her. You know, it was like
Right.
we came after school and we had our chores and we could do inventory and things like that.
And you'd be-
That's
oh,
normal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was
But
it.
that
Was,
was
it was
the
a
business.
family business.
Thank
That's
you,
what
yeah.
it was. It was just, you know, it was a bar, but it was a family business.
Now, did you meet a lot of great rock and rollers?
Oh my God, yes.
So
My-
who'd you get to meet?
Well, we were right down the street from Electric Lady Studios.
Right.
So we had Peter
Jimi Hendrix.
Frampton, we had Keith, we had Mick Jagger, we had
Yeah.
so many musicians came in afterwards, you know. So,
After recording.
and the
On
worst
8th
part is,
Street?
yeah, right
Yeah.
on 8th Street, yes. And so
Did you know Barry Imhoff?
No.
Big brown guy.
I might have. You know,
He
the
was a
thing is,
promoter.
what you don't realize is you're in the middle of something, but when you're working and it's
And
just
you're
your
a
parents'
kid.
business and you're a kid, you're like, who are they? I
Yeah.
don't, you know, it just wasn't. I didn't realize until in hindsight that, God, I really met a lot of people.
Right.
And unfortunately, sometimes I met people when they were not at their best.
Yeah.
You know, it's like...
Those were the ones that scared you straight.
Yes!
Exactly.
And I was like, I don't want to meet these people. I'd rather have them up there and have my image of them, because most people never really live up to what you think they'll be.
So do you think that that's pretty much the truth about most people that people look up to now, like Kim Kardashian? Well, just kidding.
I can't even imagine, like, that's the train wreck. I feel like that's scared straight.
Is she really like that?
No, she can't be. I actually
think she's really smart.
Yes, I actually think she's
I do
laughing
too.
all the way to the bank.
I hope
think
so.
she is giving,
Or her
God,
mother
I hope
is.
so, please, really.
It's her
Her
mother.
mother, maybe, yes.
Yeah, look at poor Bruce Jenner, what they did to him.
Oh my God, talk about deballing a
I
poor
know.
man. I just felt so sorry for him. I just
Well, you know, he put himself there. I hate to say it, but
well, yeah, I guess. I mean,
what a freaky family.
That is
They
a
are
freaky-
really the Addams family.
I actually really
They're
like them
crazy.
because they make
No,
they
they are.
are. They make me
And
feel
for
like
me
my
to
family
say
And they're
isn't so
famous
bad.
because of O.J. Simpson.
They are.
Oh my God.
I know,
That's
it
really
just gets
frightening.
more and more twisted.
And the guy's dead. I mean, you know, it's like, it'd be one thing if it was the family and he was still alive.
The
But I'm like,
Kardashian. Yeah, well, they probably couldn't do anything until he died.
well, how sad is that? I'm
I
waiting for you to
know.
kick off so I can have a real
I don't
reality
know.
show.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it just is mind-boggling.
Well, Jersey
the whole
Shore is
thing.
the one that mind boggles
That's
me.
another one, too.
Oh my God, these people, and they're laughing all the way to the bank. They're
Yeah.
rich, multi-millionaires, and I'm like,
And it happened just on MTV.
on Boardwalk. I'm like, this is, I could go
And they
any
weren't
summer.
even from Jersey.
No, there was only one girl that was from New Jersey. That is actually true.
That's true.
And none of them were Italian.
No, really, Dennis, I didn't
None of them
know.
were Italian.
Well, no, wait a minute.
Maybe one or two, but
Well,
maximum none of them were Italian.
To be fair though, in New York and New Jersey, I really think that Italian is like the nationality. It's like whether you're
It's like,
Italian or not, you
basically
act
being
Italian.
is kind of like, I don't want to be black, but I want to be kind of white, so let me just be Italian because it has some kind of flavor.
Well, like you see,
Pizza.
you see how you're moving your hands. Like, I mean, really,
Yeah.
what is a speech impediment to a New Yorker? Hold their hands. And that's like an Italian thing. It's like we have just taken over.
But this is a New
the-
York thing.
But but I think
Yeah.
we took some of these Italian things. Like everybody in New York, their favorite dish is Italian. I mean, anywhere you go, I don't care what religion you are, or what race, or what ethnic. Everybody wants a bowl of pasta.
Yes.
So it's like we've adopted this.
Until it became gluten-free.
Oh, that's right. We can get
I don't think-
free now,
yeah,
right?
now you can, yeah.
And not only that, Italians have, Primavera,
I know.
we-
And now, John's on 12th Street, the Italian restaurant, has a full vegan menu there.
No, really?
They're like
Wow.
John's
Wow.
Italian and vegan.
That is awesome. And it's
It's
not that
cool.
hard
I
to
think it's
Italian
pretty
vegan.
smart, though.
No, it's
very
very
smart. They're brilliant. All right, so now back to you because there's too many questions. I
Okay.
can continue
We
on
do
with
have a
you.
business that I actually am starting with my mom, and it's called Say It at Your Wedding. So what we wanted to do in the invention of the BrideZilla, which we have, who wants to control every aspect of their wedding, and we wanted to be able to create personal words and music for your special event. So you know how you go to a wedding and the best man comes up and tells that embarrassing story about
Yes.
his best friend and the bride. So we wanted to do something and actually introduce artists too, bring in new artists. You do poetry and prose, and you can join our membership, sayitaatyourwedding.com, and you can get downloads. It's just like iTunes. So
Okay.
every time someone downloads an artist's work, the artist gets money.
Wow, that's
That's
awesome.
That's awesome.
And we started out with Say It at
That's
Your Wedding. We're
important.
supposed to launch next month on Valentine's Day.
Oh, that's lovely.
So I am pretty excited about that. And we have about 500 pieces of original work, but we also are speech writing for the common person. So you don't have to be an actor or politician. If you don't like anything that we have, we'll pair you up with a writer.
So you will have something to say at the event.
Sure, like let's say two of your guests met here on the rew-who-nyc-ottos.
Right.
And you want to work that into your vows about how we
We have had people meet on this show.
See, so we could do that, and then what we
Now-
want to do eventually is
and-
move it to play it at your wedding. We want to do original music. For your
Okay.
wedding. So we're starting out with the words, and then we want to do like say it at your anniversary, say it to your retirement, say it to your ex,
Right.
say it to your last day in a job. We want to really expand.
Now,
We're
would they
starting
be
with-
like telegrams or like
We could do
like-
that. We could frame the words for you.
like how would you do say it to your ex?
I was just going to say,
Well,
maybe
we
I
actually-
need some help.
Yes,
I-
well, you can submit, any artist
Oh.
can go to the site and
I can
submit their
contribute
work. They can submit poetry, they can submit prose, they can submit music. So yes, you can help us.
So how do you say the nicest fuck you?
No,
We can always find a way to say it.
there's many
There are
ways.
many ways.
There are
There are many
ways.
ways to do that.
Absolutely. I have a lot of songs on that topic, actually. Exactly.
You know how you have when you marry, you have a wedding cake. I swear,
You had the most adorable wedding
cake.
cake.
In a
They have Barbie and
high-end
Ken.
retail
Aw.
supermarket in New Jersey. Hang on. So I thought,
Hail Satan.
how cool would it be? Hail Satan, man. That's going on the cake. But anyway, how cool would it be to have a divorce cake? Okay.
Oh,
so
awesome. Divorce party.
Now here's
Yes.
my idea. Okay. It's not actually a cake. It's two cakes. Okay.
Because you're divorcing. You're separating. Right? I get that.
Wait, it gets better.
Oh,
okay.
okay.
It's my vision of the cake is like a mountain range, but with a big split, like
Right.
where there was an earthquake, like
Yes,
the
like,
California,
I can see
you know,
it.
the San Andreas cake, where there's a big crevice there in the middle, you know.
The Grand Canyon.
Yeah, and then there's the remnants of what was a bridge. It's like across the split, but it's like the bridge is like totally trashed. It's like
We can write something about that.
you
Absolutely.
know,
We could.
and then inside, this is the best, inside the crevice is like feet sticking up, you know, like,
Well, I don't know.
Of
That's like
like-
your belly up. I mean, if you were divorced,
No,
I would be
it's-
standing on my feet.
no, the
It's
bride,
like, I'm
the
kicking
bride
the
is
Andrews
triumphant.
fault.
The bride
I'm
is
throwing you out.
no, the
No.
bride is triumphant. The bride is standing like this in glory on the one
Oh, okay.
crevice,
Okay.
but the feet sticking out of the
Or the ex-husband.
Yes!
Oh, okay. I
Yes!
like that.
Yes!
That works.
But, you know, everything's relative, and it could go both ways, depending on, and now there's a lot of same-sex marriages,
And then
so, you know,
the inscription on
We
the
do have
cake
same-sex marriage
You have
section
to.
too.
Of
It
course.
says go fuck yourself. And it's like, you know, this could be big.
This could be, yes.
it's gotta be!
Yes. So if you have anything, please submit it to
I
us.
just did.
No good. Okay.
But you gotta do it online.
You gotta do it online
Yeah.
And also the other good component about it is that we have judges from Rutgers and from Cambridge
Oh, she's
and
from Jersey!
and from various colleges, and
They would
they
love it.
they will review your work and actually give you commentary. So it's
Okay.
like getting free help. Like let's say you're not exactly there, you have a poem or prose, and they'll give you a help to get you
And
ready.
people just go to the website.
Just go to the website and click
And it's
on
there
submit
now?
your work. Yes, we're in testing now, but you can submit work right now. We're
and you
officially
take,
launching
you take
February 14th.
MP3s
Yes, we do.
and
Anything.
Word document.
Yep, anything. Yep.
So you don't have to read your own document. You can also submit like a speech.
Sure. Yeah.
Now you can say a speech from the
You'll
best
put,
man.
They'll
or-
ask who you are, and you'll want you to put a picture so that if we highlight your piece of work that
Right.
week or that day, we can talk about that artist that we're highlighting.
So now, is this like plagiarizing at your own wedding? Like, not really. I mean, like, are
well,
you?
no, it's original work, and the artist
No,
gets credit for
I
it.
know, but will the person say they wrote it? Is it like Cyrano
Oh,
de
well.
Bergerac?
Well, what they do
I love
at
Cyrano de
I do too.
Bergerac.
It's one of my favorite
hero.
stories. What they do at the wedding, that is up to. I
That's
can't.
what,
Right.
that's what she's doing.
Yeah, I love that.
Once we give you your words, that's
So Roxanne is gonna have a tough time.
yes. I guess they could technically say it's theirs.
I
mean,
love it.
and especially if they
Why
work with
wouldn't
a
they?
writer, and if they work with a writer, it is
Okay.
theirs.
Well, then it's their.
It really is. It's
Yeah.
their thoughts, and you're just helping them. put
That's
it
true.
together.
That is.
I mean, for some people, it's hard to public speak
Articulate.
it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, they know what they
No, I
want
think
to
it's a
say, but they
brilliant-
don't know how to say it.
It's a brilliant.
Thanks. We like the idea. We hope it'll take off anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
it's our
it sounds
first phase. So
Then you'll have to hit up The Bachelor.
yes. This will
yeah.
be. We could do that. Well, this is the beginning, and we're
Yeah.
hoping this will expand.
And you have a
to other
lot
things.
of people contributing already.
Well, yeah, we have about, like I said, about 500 pieces of original work.
That's wonderful.
So we are really pretty excited.
Valentine's Day. How perfect
Excuse me,
is that?
what do you call the business? Like what?
It's Say It at Your Wedding, and you can get online, sayatyourwedding.com, and we're customized pros on Twitter, and we also have a Facebook page, Say It at Your Wedding. So come
Okay.
check us out.
That sounds so great, Melissa. I
you.
love it. Would you like to? Oh, it's National Blondie Day. You're
I
not getting-
definitely want
Yeah,
blondie.
So please, we need a skeleton from your closet.
Okay. So
You
again,
can take the blondie.
I don't know if I have a skeleton,
Skeleton first.
but I
Okay.
have one of my most embarrassing stories.
That works.
How's that? You were talking about if I ever met anybody.
Yes.
Well, Mick Jagger came into the club,
Okay.
and I was working the coat check. I was about 14, and I was allowed to work the coat check because I wasn't near a bar. It was an outside part. And I kept begging my parents because I kept doing all this crap work for them. And I'm like, can I get one where I make money? So they finally put me on the coat check, and I'm only there like on the weekends. And this is like my second or third weekend. And Mick Jagger, who is my best friend's idol. I swear to God, she's got lips on in her room. She's decorated all Mick Jagger. She's dragging me to these concerts. And he comes in. And I call up my girlfriend, Nancy Wagner, and I'm like, oh my God, Nancy, he's here. He's actually here. You have to come. And she says, no, I can't. I'm grounded. She says, you have got to get his autograph. Do whatever you can. And I'm like, oh my God, and at that time, I really wasn't, like now I have diarrhea of the mouth. But back then I was a little more shy. And he's so drunk. Oh my God.
Everyone thought it was Keith, but Mick.
No. Oh my God.
Mick, I heard stories about Mick.
We had this waitress named Palma, and she had boobs like before Madonna, bullet boobs that just stuck out. I mean, you just couldn't miss her, 3 feet ahead, and she was gorgeous, blonde, absolutely beautiful thing. And in this club that we had, which my parents was Rock Bottom, and they still had tables. They actually sat you. There were actually dinner, and you actually red velvet curtain. You'd see these bands. And he can't even stand. And he's literally using Palma's boobs to get himself to stand. And they had to get 2 doormen to actually get him on the chair. But he gave me his coat as he's leaving, as he's going into the room. So he's getting ready to leave, and I'm like, this is my chance. I got to get his autograph, He comes out. I help him on with his coat, and he's drooling. Like, I can't get his coat on, and I'm helping him with his arms. And I'm like, this is Mick Jagger, and, he can't get his coat on. Right? And I'm like, okay, I'm going to ask for his autograph, right? And I don't know why these words came out. I said, please, Mr. Jagger, may I have, instead of autograph, I say your address. Oh my God, I was so humiliated. I was like, oh my God, I'm really sorry. I didn't mean your, and nothing's coming out. The words are just, and I can't get the word autograph out of my mouth. And he turns around to me, and he puts his hand on my face, and he gives me this big sloppy kiss. Oh my God. And he just goes like this. Oh, you're such a doll, right? And I'm mortified. I am literally stuck. And I go and tell my girlfriend, and all I want to do is wipe my face because there's drool all over me. And I call my girlfriend, I'm like, I'm so sorry, I screwed it up, I need to get his autograph. And she's like, what happened? Tell me word for word. And I tell her about it. He drooled on you? Did you save it? And I'm like, and this is before eBay. It's like I couldn't sell it on eBay or something. And I'm like, no. So I was really, it was like one of the most mortifying, and it's in front of all my mother's employees. And every day for like weeks, can I have your address, Mr. Jagger? Can I have your address,
I know
Mr.
where
Jagger?
you lived.
Really?
You lived on the Upper West Side.
Oh my
right
God.
in Central Park, like the St. Regis or the St.
Was
Moritz,
it really?
the St. Moritz. One of those St.
I totally did
That's
not
where
want
he
his
lived.
address after that.
Yeah. I could give you his address.
Really? I don't know why that came out. Totally.
Yeah, I remember.
Not my skeleton, but totally.
That is hilarious. Wow, you French kissed Mick Jagger.
Well, he French kissed me. I just was like deaf, dumb, and blind because I just was like, I really.
Well, deaf, dumb, and blonde. Have a blondie for that.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's a good
That was a
segue.
Yeah, that is a perfect
It was a blonde
story.
moment.
And you shared it.
Yes.
That's a great story, man. I mean, a lot of people would be envious of that story.
Really, all I can think of is I just want to die when I tell. It's like, oh my
It's
God.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Everybody at work thought it was.
I wonder if he would even remember.
Oh God, no. I mean, I can't. And if he remembered anything about that night, it would be Palma. Oh my God,
Is
nobody
she still
forgot
around?
Palma.
Do you know?
No, I don't know. But she had. I mean, she could have done Madonna's bullet bra tour. She was the inventor of the bullet bra. I mean, it was just man, woman. I don't care what you're attracted to. You could not help but notice Palma.
Gorgeous.
Absolutely magnificent.
Wow. Was she American?
Yeah. She was an American, total all blonde. I don't even know where she was from, but everybody wanted her.
Yeah.
She was just.
Well, I hope she's alive.
Me too.
Because in those days, when people wanted everybody, they slept with everybody. And we
This is
didn't
true.
know about
No.
use a condom. So
Can
push
I
a
get
button.
to push
yeah.
a button? Oh, okay.
Yeah, what a great show. And thank you so much, everyone. Jill, thanks for being the Who. Mothership. All the way from Jersey.
Didn't exactly go
And
as
Thomas
planned.
McNaughton, we know you couldn't make it, but but we'll see you another time. You were stuck in Long Island, I understand. Josh Creswell, we love you. Drew Lane, can Drew do it. Hello. Johnny Crow, thank you so much. And Melissa Andrews, I can't wait to see you again.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah. So
I'm stuffing my face here.
yay! And Caroline, my intern, started today, Juan. And thanks for being here, Caroline Stewart. We can't do the show without her. And we love Otto Shrunken Head. And check me up at, it's Nam?
Nam.
I've been calling it Nam.
Like Vietnam.
I know. I'll be at Nam this weekend, so come say hello at the Guitars Not Guns booth. That's right. And then we will be back here Wednesday at our beloved Otto Shrunken Head. And it's going to be Beatles Fest Day next Wednesday. Because the Beatles are celebrating their 50th anniversary of coming to New York. So our show next week is going to be all about that.
That's amazing.
Yeah, then that's that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Good God, Maureen. So do you do that? Can you do that still?
Yes.
Let me see.
Oh my God.
Just do it.
I can't. No, I need to
Oh,
do
you have
that.
to use this hand?
Yep.
Oh, there you go. There.
Then we're
Wow.
Number 5, yeah.
I know.
Wow, I always do the wrong hand. That's because
Right, always the right.
and I always do it with the left. See, because that's not because I was never a Marine.
Oh,
That's okay.
We'll give you a crash course.
No, that's all right. I'm fine.
You really don't want to do boot camp? It's so much fun.
I wouldn't mind doing that just to get in shape.
You'll be in great shape.
Yeah.
Yes, you will.
But I have
You'll be
boots.
mentally
I don't-
impaired afterwards, but you'll be in great shape.
Yeah. Do they still do did they do hazing?
Well, not so much because actually when I went in, they had just had a big lawsuit that, one of the forced march recruits died, and they weren't allowed to touch you anymore. It was really freaky.
Anymore.
Oh, yeah. Well,
I'm
they
sorry.
it was like corporal punishment.
Yeah.
They could hit you, they could push you, they could shove you. But after this incident, and it's amazing how frightening a person can still be, and you know they can't touch you.
Well, I think they can now again.
Well, maybe they can. It was
I
like
don't know.
private,
I've
I'm
heard
going
about
to adjust your cover. Private, and but they can make you do push-ups.
Right.
In the mud.
What was the most you ever had to do?
Oh my God.
I know we said goodbye, but this is
We
really
did.
intriguing.
Well, we had to do, a certain amount of arm hangs. And we had to do...
Like push-up?
Yeah, it's like a pull-up, but that's an arm hang. And we had to do sit-ups, and you had to do the mile and a half in 15 minutes, which is not a big deal, but there's such a competition that you want to get ahead. You want to get that, 10-minute mile or something like that.
Wow.
But we were in good shape. But you know what the funny thing is? You think you're in good shape, but I was bigger when I got out of boot camp than I was when I got in because
Muscle.
I was so muscular. Like my legs were like thunder thighs. I felt like Mary Lou Retton.
Wow.
It was just it was physically tough, but it's mentally tough too because you really are.
Do you feel like walking down the street you could defend yourself?
I do. I think I could. Yeah. I mean.
Without.
I don't know if it's the Marine Corps that gave me that or working in Newark for so long. I worked in substance abuse treatment in Newark at Lincoln Park, and I think I got more training in Newark than I did in the Marine Corps.
Well, maybe it's because that helped for that.
Well, yeah, maybe.
Planted the seed.
Maybe that's what got me ready for it.
Wow, so many things. So we look forward to talking to you more. All right, thanks again. We will see you next week. Thank you, Ottos, and bye.